Welcome back to Is It True News. As you can see, once again, I'm filming the hypnotic reflection the television gives on the ceiling and the walls to program you to be very afraid. And I just shut off the TV. Anyways, I've been prompted by the Spirit to share this with you. I feel uncomfortable, but you know, you always should do what God asked you to do. So, ever since I was a kid, I've always had prophetic dreams, deep prophetic dreams, and I didn't write a whole lot of them down, but they're so burned in my mind that I could never forget them. And there is a dream that I'm going to tell you right now because it does pertain to what's going on. And everybody talks about signs, signs, signs. That's my cat. He wants to get into the picture here. The signs of the coming when God comes. I just walked across my tummy, I'm sorry. Anyways, here's the dream. And I was preschool before I went to school. And I had a dream that I was much older. Probably, I seem younger in my dream than I am now, but you know, when you're a kid, old is old, right? But anyways, I was walking up in nature and talking to Jesus like I normally do, although I didn't know it was Jesus at the time. Talking to God and asking questions about the world and whatnot, like a child would. And all of a sudden, somehow I walked ahead. And the reason why I didn't know it was Jesus, because I never saw the face of this person that was always walking with me all through my life. Well, I just saw the sleeves. It had a white wool robe on with a specific design, specific design around the sleeves. Well, anyways, and of course you can tell by the present. In any event, we were walking along talking, and we came upon a hill. And I was talking, and then I looked back after I asked a question because I heard some moaning, and he was gone. And then a bunch of feathers, black feathers, burst out of the clouds, and they fell to the ground. It was like black bird feathers. And I thought to myself, oh, cool. And then I thought, well, I hope no birds got hurt. And then I heard moaning. Just the awful moaning from people. It was horrible, terrifying moaning. Then I looked around, and all of a sudden this hill that I was on was filled with people on their knees. And they were crying, and they were moaning, and just like I've never seen adults before. I remember I was a kid when I had this. And I started going from person to person. I said, don't be afraid, it's God. Don't be afraid, it's God. It's just God. Don't be afraid. And I was trying to pick these people up off the hill. And, you know, they seemed to be stuck on their knees, and I couldn't pick them up. And I kept telling them, don't be afraid, it's just God. And I walked up. It seemed like I walked right up to the light, the cloud. I always refer to it as a cloud because it, you know, the lightest thing in the sky. And I said to God, I said, tell them not to be afraid. There isn't any reason to be afraid. And I was supposed to share that with you now. I probably had that dream over 30-some years ago. And that is one of the signs. It's not dead birds falling from the sky, so don't get that wrong. It's feathers, just black feathers falling from the sky. Also, you have to remember, and I don't want to be judgmental. Sorry, that's my cat again, on Christians or anything. But you have to remember, it isn't your place to judge. It is not your place to tell homosexuals they're going to hell, or lesbians, or whatever you believe. It just isn't. God said not to. And God was very firm with me today to mention that. Don't judge. That is up to Him. You have your rules and what you believe through the Word of God of how you're supposed to live your life. But you are not to judge others. Plain and simple. It's not for you to tell them where they're going to end up. That is just standing in God's place, and basically He don't like it. Anyways, I hope this story helped. I have another story about how I knew there was a firmament, and I will tell that to you at some point in time. But on a side note, on a personal note, I posted a video of a woman who was singing in the parking lot of Aldi's today. And my regret is that I didn't start filming her sooner. It was very powerful. That was a God-sent message. This woman told me she was told to start singing in Aldi's parking lot, and she wasn't even going to go to Aldi's that day, which was yesterday. And I tell the story in the description. Basically, I was the only one that walked up to her, and my eyes were full of tears because the song was so beautiful. And it answered some of my questions I was talking to God about the other night. But anyways, do listen to it. I hope God will guide me in helping her, because I truly believe her voice belongs on recording so people can share it and buy it and just listen to it, because it's very powerful. Anyways, I thank you so much for tuning in, and I will get back to you. And remember to turn those televisions off, and just, no matter how down your situation is, have faith. I mean, my situation right now is really grave, and I am not going to ask for money, because I promised that myself, a promise that this, when I started the YouTube channel, I'm not going to do like everybody else does. Oh, support me. But I'm going to continue on having faith with that message the woman gave me, because I definitely, me and my dog and my cats desperately need a decent, safe place to live immediately, and I'm going to trust that God's going to do that for me. Okay, blessings to all. Take care. Bye.